What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna do something that I've been excited about for a very long time. We're gonna clean the cylinder head, we're gonna degrease it, make it all pretty and nice again, make it work excellent so our bike will run very good. Now the reason that I'm excited about doing this is because I couldn't work on the RCX for a while because I hurt my hand and I couldn't put any force on stuff. I couldn't work on the bike, and I also went on holiday. I visited the famous racetrack, the Nürburgring. If you follow me on Instagram, you will already know this. So if you want to see a behind the scenes view of the channel, follow me on Instagram and I will probably post some clips of the Nürburgring right there and what I'm doing besides the videos that you will see. I recorded some stuff at the Nürburgring, so if you want to see that, follow me on Facebook. I'm gonna post that video there. I'm not gonna post it on YouTube because it's a little bit too short, not great content, and if you want to see that, go to my Facebook page and check out the video. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna clean the outside and inside of this cylinder head. If you've seen the previous video, you will know that the inside of this cylinder head is very dirty, the cooling proportion of it, and I want to clean it because I want good performance from the bike. So we got this container where I can put the cylinder in so it doesn't get a messy job. I got some vinegar to clean out the water residue. I got some degreaser to degrease the whole part because there is a lot of grease and dirt on this part. Got some assortment of brushes. I got some small painter's brushes, a big paint brush, and some toothbrushes, and I got distilled water for when this cylinder is totally clean. I'm gonna wash it with that and dry it off so I don't get any water spots, and I can store it nice and pretty until the engine is ready to be reassembled. But first up, let's start cleaning. So this is the cylinder head. As you can see, it is very dirty. Even the gasket broke. It is busted and it's full of water residue. I need to clean this off. Probably gonna reuse this because I could not find any replacement parts. First up, as you can see, there is some dust or grime inside the cylinder head, and a guy on Facebook pointed out it could be leak stop, so I hope it's that and it's not a big issue, but I'm just gonna clean it out. I've been waiting so long to do this. This has bugged me for a while now, and I'm glad it's gonna be removed. I'm gonna wash it off so there's no dirt left in it. Okay, I just rinsed it off a little, and as you can see, it looks much more better now inside of the cylinder. And yeah, let's start degreasing it. So we're gonna take our degreaser, get our small brush. Yeah, just work it around. As you can see, this is gonna be a long job, so I'm just gonna finish it off, degreasing it, the whole part, and I'll see you when it's all nice and pretty. Okay, it looks much more cleaner now. There's still some grease spots on it, but I will fix that later. But the first thing I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna remove this water residue, and I'm gonna do that with vinegar. So the same method, just get a toothbrush, get the vinegar, scrub and remove as much as we can. As you can see where we connect the hoses, there's a lot of residue that will come off with the vinegar, and maybe some grease will loosen up and we get a nice and clean cylinder head again. So let's jump back in and do the next step. Okay, it's been many hours later. It's actually the next day and I just went ham on it. I pulled out the Dremel, pulled out other chemicals and just did the best that I could do on this cylinder head to make it nice and perfect again. Remove the old gasket. I wanted to pull it off clean, but that didn't happen. The gasket broke, so I'm gonna have to buy a new one on Amazon or whichever place I'm gonna get it. But with no further ado, here it is, all clean cylinder head. As you can see, the dirt that was inside of the cooling proportion of the cylinder is out. I don't know what it was, but it looks like some dirt or something. It's not metal, so that's a good thing. Also, the inside of the top proportion of the cylinder head there, as you can see in other pictures, there was all rusted right here, and I got it fairly cleaned out. There's a little bit of residue from the gasket in this groove, but it should work out perfect. This was the hardest part because it's all indented and little spots and all. The cylinder head was, the top of the cylinder head was very hard to clean. The bottom end not so much because you just have some slots. And as you can see, it's pretty clean. I looked inside of the cylinder and as I can see, there's a little bit of scoring or marking on the bottom, but on the top it looks pretty good. One thing that concerns me, if you can see on the top of the cylinder wall, there's a little line. And the line indicates that the piston head doesn't go high enough. So we're gonna have to check that out, check the measurements and see when we install everything again, if the cylinder goes to the top or if it stays like 3 or 4 millimeters below. The other things that I discovered is that there's some damage across this line, as you can see right here. Yeah, so maybe it's gonna be a good thing that I flatten out this, maybe put some sandpaper on glass and then just make it all flat again so it sits fairly nicely. As we can see, there's a little bit of a wobble. Can you hear that? That is the top of the cylinder, so that indicates that there's a little bit of damage. Maybe the head is warped, so we're gonna have to fix that. It looks all nice and pretty. If you want to do something like this yourself, I suggest put the whole cylinder in a degreaser, maybe gasoline, old gasoline, or a normal degreaser. Let it sit for a while, pull it out, scrub it with a brush, put it back in, pull it back out, scrub it with a brush, rinse it. After that, if it is a liquid cooled cylinder, put it in vinegar for a while, let everything dissolve. Maybe put it in hot vinegar, that would be much better. Pull it out, scrub it, pull it back in, scrub it, put it back out, scrub it, all that stuff. After that, if you still have rough spots, just go with a Dremel around it, clean up the old gasket, because the gasket line that was on the side of this cylinder wall was fairly hard on it. You can still see some residue on it. Also this gasket and this. So degreaser, vinegar and a Dremel tool made the cylinder look like this, and it looks absolutely perfect. So one of the major parts of the engine is done right now. Time to move on to something else. Maybe get that bottom end cleaned up, or maybe the other parts, or maybe work on the bike itself again. That's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. This was one of the funnest but the longest projects that I ever did, cleaning up the cylinder, because it's all nooks and crannies and I want to do a good job. I want to make it all nice and perfect again, and I feel like that I succeeded in what I wanted to do. So that's it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like and a comment down below if you want to see more. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter and on Instagram. Subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next one.